a dangerous climb into the Daunt. It was I who opened the gates at Barren Light from the east side, allowing the Tenakth to raise it.
That must have gotten you some attention.
Indeed. I was welcomed home as a hero, and I was content.
And why'd you leave?
I became a marshal.
What did Chief Hikaru say when you told him he'd be joining me here?
You spilled rebel blood at the Grove and helped reunite the clans. There was little more to be said. He understood.
Well, I'm honored he lent me his best marshal, at least for a little while.
Indeed.
When we were at the Bulwark, the guard said something about the Wings of the Ten. Hikaru also mentioned it at the Cool Route. Decca, too. What does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess, and it is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Cool Route. Many times I imagined it as a child. The feeling of freedom and the awe it must have inspired.
What's really sick is that we can do that now because Aloy's got the shield that we use as a glider, right? So, and there's heaps of cliffs around in this area. So Katalo and anyone from like the Sky Clan can just go to the top of a cliff with these shield glider things, just leap off and just fly through the air, man, and then unlock the glider or whatever. Or even if there's something more primitive, like your standard parachute, and they can just glide and like through the valleys. So that'd be sick for them.
Why did you leave the Sky Clan to become a marshal?
I was sent to the Cool Route by Tekote. Back then, I would have obeyed his every order. I believed in him, like one would a father. I was too blind to see the fear in his eyes. Fear of a rising young warrior challenging his command of the clan. I returned a hero from the battle at Barren Light. But to him, I was only a threat. Never occurred to him that I had no interest in rising above my station.
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat to him if he sent you to the Cool Route?
Tekote knew that if I survived the Cool Route, I'd be forced to forsake the clan to serve the Tenakth as a whole. I'd never be allowed to challenge his command, even if I wanted to. After our victory at Barren Light, Tekote spoke to our people, said it would be selfish to rob Hikaru and the marshals of a warrior like myself, even though he knew perfectly well I had no intention of ever leaving. It was exile, guised as an honor. One he knew I couldn't refuse. So I became a marshal, and never looked back.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I am not. Though it pained me at the time, a marshal is what I was destined to be.
Represent, man. Good shit, boy. Good shit. Man, alright. Companions. Oh, I want to ask companions first.
You've had some time with the team now.
The
Any
team.
thoughts?
The team.
I admit I was surprised to see Nutaru here. Farmers don't make for effective soldiers.
I'm told she rallied some in her tribe against the Karja, and fought all the way to Barren Light.
Interesting. Perhaps I am mistaken.
Oh, yes. Some turnaround, mate. Don't judge. We're all here. We're all special. You have no idea what these people have done, yeah? The fact that there's an Ataru here means that you can't judge her by normal Ataru standards, you know?
What are you looking at over there?
The others have been helping me decipher the symbols the focus shows me. So, I thought I'd try to understand the weapon you intend to use against the enemy. This Hephaestus, it will be able to make machines that answer to Gaia?
Yes,
How many?
as many as we need.
Such power. seen the like.
Now that you know who the enemy is, do you have any questions?
I'll admit, I find them hard to grasp. From the heavens. And invulnerable.
For now.
I will leave the strategy to you. I trust you will point my blade where it will cut the deepest.
I should go.
Man, he's so
Feel free to
sick
check
to
in on
talk to,
Carl
man.
and
He's
people.
got no.
Door's always open here.
I will. May the 10 walk with you.
He's so like. He just not letting his arm like detriment him in any way. He's like, I don't care. You just point me to the goddamn heart, Aloy. You just tell me the most effective spot, and I will thrust my spear.
Do you require
That sounds-
a sword?
Not right now.
That sounds worse than
I better head out.
Away with.
away with you. Whoa, whoa, suspect, bro.
That is focus thing's trying to kill me.
Any decorations down here? No, this is just under Gaia, so I don't think there would be.
Door's locked. Maybe Gaia will be able to get it open later.
Alright, let's talk to the other two. And then go sort out Gaia, my friend. Errand, how you going, buddy? All healed up?
Hey,
Man, I love just talking to them.
a nice place.
Well, it's not like I built it or anything.
Right. Well, I can see why you had your doubts about bringing us along. It is a lot to take in. But, don't worry. That's nothing I can't handle.
Right. I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tanakh rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
Ah, companions, let's go.
How are you settling in?
Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land, when he's not getting all tongue-tied. I don't know who makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady or our new Utaru friend.
Well, what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east, ordering them around?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help the savior of Meridian.
Oh, there's another line?
So, you've met our new Tanakh friend.
He's, quiet. I thought his people were supposed to be bloodthirsty maniacs.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust him, so do I.
So, Talana came by the base?
Oh?
More like rushed through. I was hoping she'd stay for a drink at least.
Oh, she actually came through.
I've ever met who's any fun. But it seemed like she had more pressing matters to attend to.
Wow, she actually came through? So she's on our side then. She's on the western side of the mountain. That's mad.
I discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tanakh rebels.
Okay.
I thought that was something only you could do.
They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tanakh?
Pretty much.
Oh, well, that's just great!
Is there any way you can help me find out who they are? Anything to track them down and stop them.
Yeah, I can send out some messages from Chainscrape. Get in touch with my contacts in the claim, see what I can find out.
I'd appreciate that.
Sweet. Okay.
I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but by the Forge, the things I've been able to see. Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know, the old world ending and such. I'm still trying to wrap my head around most of it, but I never really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the Sundom. And now I do, sort of. It makes me feel like I could be useful, you know?
It takes some time, but yeah. I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, you and me both.
Oh man, this is nice.
Oh, and I'll let you know if I find out anything more about the Sons of Prometheus.
Same here.
Looks like the old ones used their focuses to send all kinds of messages back in the day.
All over the world, too. Anytime they wanted.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd like that. I wouldn't want my Aunt Alga knowing she could just talk to me every second of the day. My ears would pop off.
I was going to talk to him across the bench, but I guess I can't.
Wow, this place is starting to come alive.
Oh yeah, it is.
And Gaia placed all the data she got from your focus into that archive.
Archive room,
With
sweet.
the focuses you gave us, we'll be able to access it at our own pace. You know, learn and train. And if you need us, we'll be there to fight at your side.
Got it. Thanks, Varl. I'm guessing you've spoken with Kotallo?
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the embassy. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty. For a second I thought I was talking to my mother. Never thought a Tanakh and a Nora war chief could have so much in common.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Must be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready.
Man, I can't believe we like Talana. Like, we didn't get to see her. Man, it sucks. We didn't get to see her like interact and come through. That's so mad. I'd love to just see like the moments that like from this base. Like, it's weird. Yeah, it's like in a show or a movie, and you kind of you following the perspective with the cameras following like the main character. You know, and then there's like a secondary character, and sometimes it pans to them and their story, and that's kind of like what I want to see. I want to see like the base. I want to see like whenever something happens here, like I want to see it. But games just can't really do that. Like, you know, like you'd have to have a cutscene just launched like out of nowhere. Well, you know, it would be cool if it like at some point in the story, like we know these things happen, and then it pops up in the corner and it says Talana has arrived at the base. But right, and then or someone, right? Eren has arrived at the base, and you can press like a button to see like a cutscene or something to see them like interact. That'd be mad. Or even if you can press a button to like when it says like Eren just comes to the base, and you can press R2 or press whatever to fast travel there, and then you can get to greet him with everybody. That'd be cool. I think that would have been mad. You know, like just have like a button to show like, you know, like press this button to see the interaction, or press this button to fast travel or whatever, because that way like we would have been able to, you know. And then in Talana's case it would be like Talana is approaching the base, or Talana is at the base, press you know, triangle or whatever to fast travel, and if you don't, it'll say you know, Talana is approaching the base, but we'll leave, you know, in 40, like we'll leave in like, you know, 6 hours or something, right? And if there's like an in-game timer, like it's like, yeah, so Talana is arriving at the base, and then it'll say, you know, maybe even like a fast travel option will be locked out. Yeah, it's like you can't fast travel there, but you can see the interaction, and that's it. Like Talana is arriving at the base, she's not staying long enough for you to fast travel, but you can see the interaction and press whatever. That'd be like really cool. I think that would be a really cool thing in any game to have
How's everyone handling their focus?
And we all have our difficult moments. Erend definitely curses the most. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
How's, training with Zoe?
You know we really are training. Mostly. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Of course.
Sure, that's what it is. That's what you're doing in that private room, huh?
You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory. And All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to
Ah, that's right. Okay.
I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
Not to mention terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that there was these, I think they called them cradles, I think, where the humans were like grown or like born.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
We saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility. Guess they lied about what happened to their ship too. But still, a tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
Let's hope that's enough. Think you can hold the fort while I'm gone?
If Aaron stops listening to the same music over and over again, maybe. We'll be fine.
Alright, Zoe, what have you got? What have you got for us?
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
You've spoken with Kotallo?
A few words. Tanakh don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
You've been getting to know Erend, I assume?
Of course. Any friend of Varl's is a friend of mine. In this case, a very loud friend.
Well, we already spoke to her about the Zeniths. I guess we did, because she's the only one we've spoken to like twice now.
I see you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place was built for us, so we could regain control of our lands with her terraforming system. Nurture them like the land gods do Plainsong's fields. It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much metal.
Yes, it's a different kind of life.
Right, I should probably go.
I shall return to our training then.
It's a life of electricity and AI, not genetic life. Okay, so archive room. The boys' bedrooms.
Oh, good.
We can't go in there
It's locked
yet.
until Gaia can restore
Can't go in
access.
there yet. This is my room. That's right. Which is cool. That's the exits. That's the way down. I think this is another exit. East exit, west exit. Okay, man, if we're not here, I mean if they're not here when we give Aether to her, it's gonna be upsetting, but whatever. Like, I'm not gonna be angry, but man, it'd just be so cool.
Aloy, when you're ready, please merge Aether with me. Afterwards, I must discuss an important matter with you.
Okay, shit, sounds serious. Connect the survey drone. We'll do this first.
There. Let's see what we got.
Survey drone, Shearshot Mountains. Gotten 2.
this one.
You like all of them. But I like this one too. I like this one because it actually has like a waterfall. It actually has something to look at. Actually has a what's it called in art when there's like a focus and then you build everything around that, like a main piece, I guess. Has like a, yeah, I don't know, like just a focus. I don't know. Ah, this is a blight. Oh, this one's actually cool too. Not because I like the blight, but yeah, this is cool. Maybe we'll keep this in there. Insert guy kernel. Sweet.
So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static. Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
Coordinates. Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility. A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
You don't think it's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
What's SOS?
It is an old world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
Ah, okay.
Why would Aletheia send a coded transmission on a frequency only the two of you can communicate on?
I believe it was done as a precaution to avoid detection, or at least to create the appearance of the desire to do so. I am also uncertain why Aletheia would expect that I would be able to detect and respond to its distress signal at all. As far as it is aware, I no longer function.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble and sent the message hoping you were out there, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates, pretending to be Aletheia.
That is my conclusion as well.
Well, she just said that, but anyway.
Could the Zeniths be sending the transmission?
According to the data I reviewed on your focus, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hades Proving Lab. It is feasible they used it to gain access to my internal frequencies.
So, maybe they sent it thinking you'd respond and reveal your location.
Possibly. However, the transmission is highly irregular. If they intended to provoke me into revealing myself, I would expect the communication to be more routine.
Right. So maybe it's not them then.
This actually is interesting.
You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of note in that vicinity.
Okay, and what about the other number in the message? 237. Any idea what that means?
I have queried my available databases, but it does not appear to have any significance. Perhaps its meaning can only be understood at the indicated coordinates.
All right, I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses. I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
What if it's a trap?
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Aletheia, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back. Don't worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Go grab your things.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
Oh, that's awesome. Guy is like, you're taking your brother or sister with you. You're taking your siblings with you. Don't. It's like whatever Guy says, it happens. You know what I mean? Like. Do I have another one to give? Maybe not. Yeah, it's like because it's Gaia, we don't really have much of a room for a refusal, I guess.
Aloy,
That was sneaky
an
of you,
excellent choice.
patching in Varl and Owen into our conversation.
I am pleased you accepted their help. Is there something you wish to discuss before you depart?
Everything. I love how that. I think in the end, Gaia knows that Aloy is a bit too. She's a bit too much of a solo, hunter. She's on her own too much. She's a bit too antisocial, and she needs to, for I guess mental health purposes as well. She needs to go out with like friends. Like she needs to go out with companions and have like. Yeah, you just increase her like trust and her like it would just build up like trust that they could do things and respect that their wishes. Like she wants to keep them safe and stuff, but also like maybe it's like it's nothing more than what they want to die by Aloy's side or like saving the world. It's like it's kind of what they want to do. They're risking their life, and it's kind of, you don't want to reject that.
How's Katalo doing?
I detect that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him, though he has not voiced his thoughts. I may be able to assist in his recovery, should he be interested.
Really? I'm sure he will be.
Oh, can you like do like a metal subbug arm or like regrow a new
Varl
one?
and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
Indeed. While studying old world data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism. She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
So she's a vegetarian, she's a vegan, and he's not.
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus after an initial incident.
What did he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple. Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess.
Fucking Erend. Dude, look at all this new stuff.
So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the Gaia kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
Guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines. He wanted viruses to infect them with too. So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there. One not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project, and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world. an effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about. The processor Ether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum. A memorial to something called the Hot Zone Crisis. Do you know anything about it?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the Apollo database. However, climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s. Such conditions would see extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of habitable landmass.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of a wasteland. So I guess things got better eventually.
Yes. Data suggests that temperatures returned to average levels in the clawback era of the 2040s.
Clawback era? Jesus, there's so many just for these old world
There was an
discoveries.
ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them.
Oh, it's the last one, okay.
So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here.
That's right, Minerva was here, that's right. She was, so, Minerva, and Gaia, and now we've got Aether here.
So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time. It may be possible to restore more of this room's functionality, should you find and reconnect additional camera feeds.
I'll keep a lookout.
Okay, sweet.
So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world, all working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations, at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives to aid in my emotional development.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
Sweet, that's cool.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate, though I am glad she made it whole. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, Gaia.
Damn, I'm glad that we were able to give Gaia that closure. Like, we didn't even know like what that would mean to her when we figured out about Elizabeth Sobek. That was back in the first game, I think, as well. So I didn't really even remember it that much.
You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided. Is that Ether at work?
Yes. Thanks to Ether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
That'll be a relief for the Tenakth. One of their villages is still recovering after a mudslide caused the whole place to flood.
I will continue to stabilize the atmosphere for as long as I can.
Oh, it's mad that we mentioned a side quest like that. It's
Why
sick.
did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
As with the other subordinate functions, Ether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. One in the museum appears to have been sufficient, given that the holographic displays were still active.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
Maybe it also felt at home there. So, Poseidon, what do we know about it?
Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources. Once it is restored to me, I may be able to improve conditions in the regional watershed. But I must warn you, like the others, Poseidon is lost and frightened. It may have taken measures to protect itself.
I'll be careful. What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while. However, a word of warning. Like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken measures to assure its security.
Okay.
Okay, I'll keep my guard up. The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All three of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density. Perhaps you will be able to procure Eleuthia at the SOS coordinates. Artemis and Apollo, however, remain unaccounted for.
Man, could you imagine if, I mean, Apollo's destroyed, but could you imagine if there was like a copy of Apollo, or if there was Apollo like backed herself up somehow, some way, like before, you know, she got destroyed or whatever, and like there's this little bit of a sliver of like knowledge left.
I'll be off.
Farewell.
Like that would be so sick. Alright, so now I'm sure there's got to be an extra door open, right?
Able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can.
That was another one of those subordinate function things.
Yeah, that one was called Hades.
Huh. And you said
Aloy ended it for good, right? Gaia doesn't need it?
I think we're all better off without it.
Yeah, we're all better off without Hades now, because the difference now is that if Hades destroys the atmosphere, resets it to 0, everybody will die. So the fact that there's now human beings now in the world, like, living, like, we have no, like, we
Door won't open.
can't destroy the world
This
anymore,
guy
you know?
hasn't
We
been
can't
able
destroy
to
the
restore access
atmosphere.
yet.
It can't be, like, if he serves his purpose and wipes the atmosphere again, you know, all the people will die. So the fact that there's already people on the planet, like, we can't afford to use Hades again, you know.
Gaia,
What is this
what's
room?
this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for control center operatives.
Gaming room?
Fortunately, the entertainment modules were lost with the Apollo database.
Oh, that's too bad.
What? You tell me I unlocked this room for nothing? Dude, imagine if we get Apollo and we can get, like, games or something. Imagine if we just jump in and have, like, mini games. That'd be so funny. That'd be sick, man. Look, these massive screens. Definitely needs to clean though, but damn. So this one's like turned. They're all actually, and this one too. They're all, otherwise they're all facing the screen some way. But they have a screen here, but I guess this is maybe like a visor instead. Is this something that I can? Oh, I can. Oh, hello, buddy. Secret, secret, secret. You can't just give me nothing. I did get a I did get one of the sub functions after
There's
all.
data here.
Oh,
Another room. What for?
damn, this is sick. Let's grab this loot first and then get that thing, and we'll. What the hell? I can't actually open this. Oh. I understand now. Hang on. Is that good enough? Yep. So we can't open this, huh? Oh, we can open the door. Okay, let's get this data first.
Switch to a private log? Okay, so Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facility's coming along. When Gaia finally builds it, it'll have everything it needs. Except personality. So, I'm going to sneak in my own mark. A couple of flourishes. Starting with this little tucked-away hideout. August would have gotten a kick out of it. He loved hidden passages, like the kind in old English castles. But I've got something bigger planned. My piece de resistance, if you will.
That's cool. So he wanted it to be like a cool secret base, secret room.
Oh, I'm back in the sleeping quarters.
Ah. Oh, it's a secret exit. Oh, I can actually enter through here though, as well. That's cool. So how far? So it's through here to the left. Now, there was no other direction, huh? It was just here. This was a dead end. And that was a dead end, and there's nothing over here. Okay. Dude, that's kind of cool, man. That's why it says 9, I guess. Because it's, oh wait, no. It changes number. I was going to say because it's regional number 9. Whatever he said it was.
There has to be more to this data.
Okay, so then this
Good.
is
Door's locked until Gaia can restore
this will be the
access.
next kernel. So there's one, but there's not one for every subsystem because there's only one door left and there's 2 subsystems. So maybe the third one. I mean, what does that do? Is there something else that we're missing here? Workbench. Catalo, my boy. Has he got more dialogue now or no?
You have something?
No.
I need to.
I will continue my...
Fucking Catalo, what a beast. Love you, bro. Peace. That's their room. Ah, recreation. Okay, like chess. Okay, basically the gaming room. This one we don't know what it is yet. And that's exits, and then this just leads to like the rest of the map. Yeah, it's above Gaia. Nothing really there. Alright. Cradle of Echoes. And apparently... Where did he say? He's in the north. Whatever, let's just...
There she is.
You ready to head out?
Let's go.
Look at us. 3 battle-hardened badasses forging into the unknown. This ought to be good.
Look at Errand.
This distress call had to be up a really steep mountain, huh?
Damn. Jesus.
What the hell?
Oh shit. She actually died. She actually got hit.
Well, that takes the keg.
They took down the shield. We need one of those. Errand. Pick up the pieces, and it's up to Errand to build shit. He's the blacksmith of the group.
Burl, see if there's anything over there.
On it.
We'll check out the battlefield. Let's start with that zenith. Well, there are obviously more zeniths than we know about.
Can't believe you fought one of them.
Almost didn't make it.
Damn, this is crazy.
Whatever the rebels did, it took down her shield. But why was she here? I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
It looked like she can make it come and go at will. But it's gone now.
Yeah. Well, go do your thing. I'll wait here.
Wow, look. These machines, that's right, the Spectre. I forgot about
The
these.
Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is.
Spectre unit orders received. Prime directive, assist recovery of the asset. Secondary directive, continue monitoring V SATA. Orders acknowledged. Status report sent to J. Bieri. Hostiles detected engaging targets. Danger, system failure. Status report sent to G. Bieri. Continue monitoring V SATA. So, V SATA, G. Bieri. V SATA, G. Bieri. And then, what was the other one we got? Alicia. New generation of humanity. Developed by Alpha Project lead Patrick Brochard Klein. And intended to be the penultimate subordinate function to deploy. It was only after Minerva had successfully deactivated robots of the Fire Swarm and aides of Poseidon, Demeter, and Artemis had reconstituted the biosphere that humans could be reintroduced to the planet. Alicia was designed to grow human embryos in artificial wombs inside special cradle facilities. There we go. We then birth and nurture these children via robotic servitors, educating them through their toddler years. At this point, the Apollo subordinate function was intended to activate, giving these new humans a comprehensive education. But Ted Faro prevented that from happening. To keep future humans from grasping his culpability for the robot plague that destroyed the world, he purged the Apollo database and made all of his Zero Dawn's Alpha Project leads. Because he's an asshole. As a result, after Lucia deployed, a new generation of humans never received knowledge of the past. They were released into the wilds as teens, left to their own devices. They fragmented into primitive tribes. Even though Lucia's function has been fulfilled, it still exists as an empty shell. When Hades was infected by the mysterious signal that gave it malevolent consciousness, Gaia destroyed herself to prevent it from taking over and triggering another extinction. At this time, Alicia, deranged and semi-conscious, fled to processor somewhere in the Forbidden West.
What?
Hello, Verbena? What do you have for me?
I checked everywhere, still no sign of the asset. Can we call off this pointless search already?
Let's not forget who let it slip away in the first place. Now, I'd like to see results by nightfall. Do you think you can manage that?
Hold on. I think I see something.
Okay, so G and V. Gerard and Verbana. Beware. Where is the previous man? I want to know where the previous one was with the Inspect the instructions. V SATA and G. Okay, status report sent to G Bieri. So that's Gerard Bieri, and V SATA is what's the name? Where was it? Verbana Sada and Gerard Bieri. Ah, it's up here. Okay. This is where I was, like, way back. I remember coming up here. My friend told me this is actually a story area.
What a mess. Done looking around?
Almost.
Have a look around. I'll wait here.
Holy shit, what's down there?
to my stash later.
Well, we know one thing for sure is that they're arrogant, and because of that, Verbana died. Camping gear.
Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area? One of the sons of Prometheus. It looks like his focus was sending data on the weapons somewhere else.
Can we tell? Telemetry log? Coordinates redacted, malfunction detected, self-destruct initiated, telemetry terminated.
Weapon's still hot. I need to know how it worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off. Alright. I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend.
All right, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up. All so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Oseram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
I've known tinkers that do that. I'd do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress, if it blew up.
But it still worked.
She was searching for something she lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing you said could be here? Eleuthia?
I'm not sure. Come on, let's go talk to Varl.
Hell, man, I would tell them to like haul ass and try and have Erend make something to. You know, it'd be cool if we like tell them to make like a cart or something, so we can haul that machine down to base, back to our base. I mean, it's far, but it's not really like it's not like it's way over here. Yeah. Like just make a cart. And like you can override the machines, you can override the charges to like pull the cart. So you don't, you know, and on the way it doesn't seem like there's any like dangerous machines. It's just charges, and that's it. Yeah, you didn't have to go through there. Yes, it would be tough, and yes, it'd be like I don't know, might not be a fruitful endeavor, but hell, you'd want to like bring this, you know, to and guy so the guy can scan it and shit. Like, don't we want to take that? I guess like we can scan it and then Gaia can just glean what we scan, but
that's a long way down.
Something tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
Whatever it was, it must have been powerful. That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called